was yesterday New Year's Eve? That would make today, bum bum bum. I don't even think I really even talked about New Year's Eve or anything yesterday, and I don't really want to dwell on it because I feel like everybody's gonna be talking about New Year's and resolutions and all that stuff. But I'm gonna touch on it real quick. Hello, I am Trip. This is Real Nature Trip. I'm doing some tarot, and I love you. And this whole thing is because I love you, and I want to connect with you, and we're on a bigger thing than we all know. Anyway, so that being said, and I do love, and I was kind of asked yesterday to reflect on this last year and say, hey, you did do stuff, and what did you do? And I made a little highlight reel in my head, and I was like, shoot, it adds up. And sure, there are people that probably did 100 times more, and good for them. I'm happy for them if that made them happy. So yeah, I'd say, like the end of a sports season when, if there's a fancy coach or somebody that puts together a little end of the season film for their banquet, and they put it to some music that kind of elicits emotion. What music would you put to your last year, if you did your little highlight reel? And please let it not be Green Day, Hope You Had the Time of Your Life, because that one got overdone. Even though it's a great song, it just got overdone with all the awards banquets that, yeah. kids would tell me, if you do it, just don't use that song. Use something else. Yeah, what was your song for 2025? And so I did a couple of days ago say, I'm not going to do resolutions for New Year's, because a couple of things. One, you know how it works out. And two, I have started in the last 10 years to think of my own birthday as my own personal New Year's. And that's where I do a lot of that. But you can't deny a good old calendar New Year, 1/1, January 1st. Can't deny it. It's beautiful. It's lots of ones. It's a good starting place. You're the magician. You're the fool. It's not 3 ones. There's a 0 in there. So you've got fool-flavored magician, which is a great place to be for the start of something, right? Just because it's fearless. But, so I don't want to make any goals. I don't want to make any resolutions. But what I'm gonna do personally, and maybe this will work for you, is I'm gonna focus on the mission. I want to set the next few days and really think about not any goals, not monetary goals. Once you get the Ferrari or whatever your favorite car is, it's not my favorite car. You know what my favorite car is? I'm gonna go tell you, because I have the time and you have the time. I've wanted since I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, a Corvette, like the curvy ones, and just like back then I wanted it to be like a deep dark navy blue, and then they had like sparkly paints, and I know they had red Corvettes that kind of had that weird sparkle to them, and that's what I wanted as a kid. And now I don't know, Corvettes are still super sexy. Anyway, got the Corvette, you got the Lambo, whatever it is you think, it might be a Geo Metro. That might be your car. Like, I used to know a guy that was 6'5" that drove a Geo Metro. That was pretty impressive. Okay. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Spiritually, he had no ego. Like, he wasn't worried about like how he looked. He was like, it's cheap, it's efficient, and it gets me where I want to go. And I'm like, that's a guy that's centered, secure in himself, that knows himself. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, the mission, and for me, it's spiritual. I know, it's an all-in, dive deep. Everything else is just details to me now, and that's the way I want to be. That's the hope. Like money, that's just a detail, relationships, that's a detail, it's a bigger one, it's important because you got energy, and now you're messing with energies, and money's energy too, right? So yeah, anyway, oh, my voice got real serious. Yeah, what is your mission? It's who you want to be, like the being, not the doing. Maybe it's more about the being and not the doing. I don't know, but I'll tell you what, this is a horse on fire coming up here pretty soon. So yeah, get ready to ride. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, let's do some tarot cards. Did I say everything important that I wanted to say? You know what? It doesn't matter. It's gonna come out the way it comes out. That being said, I have started to do a little fun thing with this YouTube channel that I don't think anyone's gonna notice. And so the first of it is gonna take 8 days. 8 readings. 8 videos. And then I'll tell you what it is, and then I'll keep doing it because it's funny to me. And it solves a problem that I think is super funny and I don't want to fall into. All right. Are we ready? Are we fearless? Let's do one for the year. Come on. Oh, look, as the sun comes out. I definitely didn't record this on the 31st after I did the other video, but I did reset. I'm wearing all clean clothes after a shower and toothbrushing and patting my hair into place. And then the sun is up. The sun is up. All right, Spirit. Oh, just as I was shuffling, the Strength card caught my attention. Oh, I love the Strength card. I'm so glad. We haven't seen her. I'm gonna say her. I'll put the in her because there's a big lion in there. We haven't seen her for a while, and then she came out today. Just when you need her. Just when you need her. Okay, I am shuffling perfectly. I love you. I accept you. Ooh, I was shaking my camera. Nobody likes a shaky camera. Okay, that was stillness. We needed the stillness. Ready? Spirit? Oh yeah. Wake up. I love you. I love you. We're gathering energy into the cards. There's something circular about energy. Wow. Did I look like Kermit the Frog? Okay. I shuffled. I swear I shuffled. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity coming. Okay. 8 of Swords in reverse. And 6 of Swords. This is very similar to yesterday. I mean, first card out. And I shuffled. I mean, in between, the deck got moved around and yeah. So opportunity, opportunity, waiting for opportunity and taking action to move toward it. But in the middle is an 8 of Swords in reverse. Now, 8 of Swords regular, I understand that to mean, man, she's awfully red. That is like red. I don't know why. Red is coming up. 9s and red and, excuse me. Normally, 8 of Swords to me in the upright, it's about these self-imposed, things like that tie you up, that mental, swords are thoughts, and she's kind of trapped by her own thoughts. But in reverse, does that mean you are released from your own thoughts? You know what? I don't even want to read it. I don't want to read it because I feel like it's, when you flip this over, those swords are going to start falling off. Her dress is going to come off too, which is fine with me, But, sorry. That's like the end of the last reading, what I asked about. Is that where my head's at? No, it's not my head. But it all falls away. And when everything is stripped away, what are you left with? Right? Yourself. Upside down, hanging from the earth. Like an Australian, all the people in the southern hemisphere are barely hanging on. They must have magnetic shoes, right? So, and you know, I just talked about that in my own, like, kind of my mindset for the new year is I'm going to strip away whatever isn't really part of my mission, you know, or not that I'm not going to watch TV or go for a walk or whatever, but yeah. So maybe it's getting rid of things that are slowing you down. There we go. There we go. It's getting rid of things that are slowing you down from your mission. These people are on a mission. They're on the move. And all those swords had to get plucked out. You imagine that those swords are like nailing her feet down, right? And there's like, they all come out, and then she's free to move. Oh yeah. Interesting. I said she. I mean, these cards are just energy. So you're releasing your feminine energy, which is more about being than doing. But you got plenty of doing. Look at that masculine energy driving the boat. So there's a balance here. And you got two wands. I see a balance in that, you know? What are we saying here? Opportunities coming. You've got some stripping down to do. No. Spiritually, mentally. And then there's movement. There's movement. So there's, man. Okay, so personally, I have, what do you call it? Spent a lot of time this 2025 trying to connect and be, and you know, learning who I am and whatever. And I've done it on purpose. I've swung far away from the doing to the being because it was neglected. And for me personally, I feel like this is showing me there's going to be a rebalance of it's going to balance back out of the being and the doing. And I feel like a lot of us are just off balance a little bit. So some of you might be off balance, just doing, and you're not connecting in. It's on the back burner because you so need to get these things done, and you need to, you know, you need to eat, right? It comes down to that. You need to eat if you're going to live here. You got to live if you're going to live here. So yeah, so whichever side you've been on this last year, you're not going to swing wildly to the other side. I think you're going to balance your energies. That's, whew, I got the chills on that one. Ah, see, I took a shower. I'm all clean. This is a clean read, baby. Queen of Wands, you're going to be attracting something. You're attracting something. Knight of Swords. Is that what you're attracting? And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Let's look at the balance here. I mean, these are pretty extreme, right? That's an extreme set of cards right there. Oh, hey, I got a comment from Momo. I'm dropping in here. Oh, and it went away. All right, Momo's commenting. Sweet, one of my favorites. I mean, the comments. I don't even know Momo, but I know the comments, and they're beautiful. But look at this balance. Okay, it's back to this balance. So here's a person that's gotten what they want, but they're reflecting, is this really what I want? They're maybe a little too in their head. And maybe this one's a little too actiony, right? A little too in your head, a little too actiony. One can be feeling stalled, and one can be feeling like, we're going so fast I can't control it. I can barely control it. And oh my gosh. And when I'm looking at this feels earthly to me, right? I mean, he's standing on the earth, he's harvesting earth, he's looking down, earthly. But when we get royal, I feel like it's more spiritual. And there's something spiritual moving fast. Oh my gosh. This is it. This is the mission right here. It's looking at the Ferrari, it's looking at the house, it's looking at the bank account, it's looking at all of it, and it's going, what? Like, where this guy does not look satisfied, right? He's wearing orange. Like over here, red is bold. Orange is beautiful, but it's not that boldness. Well, here we are. We're going boldly into the spiritual stuff, into that connection, into the frequencies, the amplitudes, the wavelengths, the vibes, the creator, the source, God, the universe, this is, it feels like we're going full steam ahead. Your priorities are shifting. Oh man. And part of me wants to ask, is it because of age and experience that your priorities shifting? Or are we all just going through this shift of energy? Whatever it is, you're attracting some good stuff, whatever it is. You'll be attracting what you want, and you're coming to a vibe where you know yourself enough to know what thing you want to put out, right? Like, what message are you sending out? What vibe are you sending out? And this is kind of telling me you're gaining control of what you put out. And this last year has been a big year for you for that. And really the last 5 years, maybe longer for some of you. It feels like a good 5 years of just reconsidering what you think is important. And this year it's kind of like really coming to a head, and that's it. I feel like that's going to settle you and free you more to progress on your mission, whatever that is. And when you do this in internal work, you're then attractive to these opportunities, and these opportunities that align with what's going on. Woo! That's a lot. Okay. Oh, 17 on the clock as I said that. Man, 6 of Wands again. We're back to organizing. The World. It's coming. And the King of Pentacles. It's funny. Oh my gosh. Ah! Are you ready? Okay, here's the World, baby. Here is the World. And when you start to, like, we're talking wands here. Yesterday, New Year's Eve, a lot of wands. They're still in the picture. We started with wands. Actually, wands have been down the line. So I put it 1, 2, 3 cards, 1, 2, 3 cards, 1, 2, 3 cards. A lot of times I look at the center card as like that's your main energy, and the 2 cards on the side are the whatever. And when I see, so we've started with, letting some things go and letting it all drop away from you that's holding you back. And that turns into some fast action, surrounded by your attractiveness and your reconsidering of what's going on in the world, and what your place in it, and money and stuff, whatever. And if you do that, drop those things and move forward in your mission, your internal mission, and when you gain the world, that's things align. Like, think of 5 of wands. They're all in different places. It's chaos, and these things will align. And if you do all this, it's saying, hey, even when you forget about the earthly stuff, it's going to just come to you. It's just part of the process. It's just part of the process. Oh, Spirit, this is like the new year, new spirit. Oh my gosh, can I tell you a terrible story? After these last 3 cards, I will tell you a story about how I am disgusted by the phrase new year, new you, new me, whatever. We got the 9 of Cups. I think we're just affirming. 3 of Wands. Interesting. And 2 of Swords. each of these is super reflective. We got cups, wands, swords. After you've already been told, you know, King of Pentacles energy is right there. But it's mastery. It's self-mastery is all I'm seeing. It's a single person in each card. There's some serenity, there's some like self-knowledge, there's deep reflection. This is telling me, look, it doesn't matter what the outside world's doing. If you focus within, you're protected from the outside world, right? As you focus within. And her dress, his dress, whatever, is white. And white is usually purity. I remember taking a English 101 whatever in college, and it was poetry. It was a poetry class. I loved poetry. And they decoded all the poetry to where it was like, this is really boring. You know, like white meant purity, red meant lusty, sexy, you know, whatever. So a red rose was passion and love and their sex, and a white lily was purity and da-da-da. And then they, yeah, forget it. Sometimes being decoded is not as beautiful. Does that make sense? Because we leave it open to our own. But yeah, this is reflection, and it's inner and it's self, and it's yeah. That is the journey this year. What was I going to tell you that new year, new you, new me, whatever. So what year was it? It was I think 2018. I decided to do CrossFit, just give it a try. And I was completely out of shape when I started. So I was like, it was rough. We would do this warm up that was 15 minutes and I was exhausted, and I would high five people ready to go. I was like, aren't we done? They're like, okay, warm up's done. Here's the workout. And they'd start posting it, whatever. Whew. The place I went, there were a couple of nice people, thoughtful people that were trainers, but there were a couple of really yucky people and a couple of yucky members. And so I started in November, and I went November, December, and in early January, so yeah, we're on the anniversary time now, I was in there doing the thing, and these two ladies walked in, and they were like in their mid-30s, moms, and their bodies were neglected, you know. So I hear one of the trainers shout out to one of the members after he sees them walk in, and they walked in so timid. So think about the courage it took for them to walk into that gym. They walked in so timid, and one of these Mother Hubbards yells out to another, "Hey, so-and-so, new year, new me." I didn't go back. I stopped going there because I was like, that energy, and this is before I saw the world through the lens of energy, the energetic lens. It was gross, and I don't know why it needed to be said, you know, and why, yeah, what was wrong with that wounded person? Yeah, so. Let's do better than that for ourselves. We're already doing better than that. We're in a great position. I wish you the best for this year. I'm super excited for us, you know, for you, your opportunity, and for our energy intermingling. What you do relates to the rest of us. So, yeah, isn't that weird? Isn't that interesting? I have been skirting the topic of the connection I feel because it is big and I feel pretty good about it. And so I should address it, but I need to really write out my thoughts maybe, because it's pretty big. It's part of the whole like leftover from the weekend, and like I did 2 readings, like I gotta get it all out. There's so much to be said. So yeah, and that being the case, I'm going to say goodbye real quick. I'm going to remind you that you are totally worthy and deserving of everything in this universe, including acceptance and love. You are perfect and beautiful, just like me. All right, I do love you and I wish you well.